friends and well-wishers. It's me once again welcoming you for my next video on quality in research and alleged plagiarism, especially in so-called developing countries like India. This is my fifth video to be published in YouTube, and I thank YouTube founders, propounders from the bottom of my heart for providing such a wonderful platform to publish our intellectual thoughts for the benefit of global audience, that too within a real short span of time. All of you are aware that we are mortal, but what we are left for the future generation is immortal and will be remembered forever. I dedicate this video to my altruistic mentor, Dr. Gigi. He suggested that I should write books, but instead I opted for his alternate. Okay, Dr. Gigi. I request everybody to watch this video from start till finish to understand the objective purpose of this video. One of my distinguished professors used to say that research is like a banyan tree. In Tamil we say Alamara, which means that one person does research in a particular area and so many others follow and they become another banyan tree and so on. It is like a nuclear fissile chain reaction, and this can be continued forever unless otherwise we really want to put a stop. Most essential prerequisite of research is scope of study or objectives. An aspiring research scholar should have a clear understanding of the present status quo through latest literature survey. I am saying latest, okay. It goes without saying that research work should be innovative and there should be scope for further work. Research work should be in developing area and not in obsolete, maybe in pipeline areas like, for example, internal combustion, shortly IC engines, which we may see only in museums real soon, like the conventional steam locomotives. Renewable energy sources are on anvil, like electric vehicles, solar powered vehicles, fuel cell powered vehicles, etc. So is it of any use wasting our invaluable time, effort and money on another grade of biofuel, production of exhaust emission, NOx, SOx, carbon monoxide, etc., production of vibration? Let me quote another domain, composite materials. People opt for this because it is so easy to develop this, like products made from cow dung ball or flat. We call it varieté in Tamil as a main ingredient with a natural fiber like straw, water, sand. This is used as fuel either in conventional tea shop boilers or stove. First, thoroughly analyze the drawbacks, if any, with the present materials that are in use for a particular application. Then the objective, you can finalize the objective to develop a material which will be more cost effective or better in certain aspects. Is it that way? Think. Main cause for all this is we are living in a materialistic society and majority of humans are psychopaths who do not have any concern for the society. My sincere request is be concerned about our society and do as much good to the society as we can during our short lifespan. You only live once, YOLO, and you also die only once, YODO. A good example of a real virtuous legend of India in India is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Why not strive hard and make an honest attempt to emulate such great personalities? So many of the research papers are published in paid journals by paying meager sum of rupees 5k, 10k. There is no scrutiny whether the paper deserves to be published. That's how it is. Getting a paper published in a reputed journal takes a lot of time and effort. Hence, people take this shortcut. Plagiarism is so rampant too. Plagiarism is representation of another's language, thoughts, ideas or expressions as one original work. Wikipedia definition. In academia and industry, it's a serious ethical offense and is similar to epidemic plague. Again from Wikipedia, okay, epidemic plague is my own. Okay. Copyright infringement, colloquially referred as piracy, is the use of works protected by copyright law without permission for a usage where such permission is required, thereby infringing certain exclusive rights granted to the copyright holder, such as the right to reproduce, distribute, perform the protected work, or to make derivative works. Again, as I said, Wikipedia definition. In developing countries like ours, plagiarism and piracy are part and parcel of real life and so highly rampant. Rules are there to penalize people that indulge in such unethical practice, but they are not strictly enforced. So I would say it's as good as not having any such rules. You might say software are widely used to check for plagiarism, but they are not designed properly in the sense that they mostly stand for matching words, sentences, and people circumvent this by rephrasing the word or sentence. H-index, impact factor, etc. are kept track of for published research papers, and so many times it gives a misleading picture since it is based on the prospective reader's audience for these articles depending on the domain. Normally for articles on basic sciences and medical domains, these indices are quite high compared to articles on engineering and technology. There is a saying that one should never compare apples to oranges. Main focus in universities established for higher studies, whether it's government or private, should be research. But the fact is, very few universities are giving first priority for research, and academic freedom is lacking. Even academicians with a genuine interest in research are forced to make a compromise for their survival. These are reasons why very few of the Indian institutes, universities, are able to secure a place in the top 500 universities in the world. You can check the rankings. If India really aspires to be a superpower, be innovative, forget plagiarism, piracy, budget higher more, like giving a booster shot for research and development R&D activities. Be more liberal and give requisite academic freedom to people with a genuine desire in research. Merit-based recruitment and promotions, no reverse discrimination in any field, no nepotism, etc. Whatever I have stated in this video are my personal opinions based on my experience in India and abroad, besides my intuition. This is an honest attempt I have made to refine our attitude, and certainly will reach the altitude real soon. Higher level officials with powers to effect these welcome changes, please do think and act. Of course, some de-weeding is necessary to ensure quality in the organization, and punitive treatment needs to be meted out to the ones who do not deserve the post they hold. They need to be taught a better lesson which they will never forget, and this will also act as a deterrent to others with such vicious attitude. Thanks a lot for sparing your valuable time. I presume it was worth it.